This is Guru Charandas Adipur, lecturer in management, Government Degree College, Siddipet Autonomous. Today, we are going to discuss about limitations of mobile devices. Of course, mobile devices have a lot of advantages. Despite of many advantages, we have few limitations also. We are going to discuss here. Mobile devices are no longer portable telephones, only they are mini computers, cameras, and organizers. Since the 1980s, when mobile device like a mobile phone first started to become commercially available, these devices have continued to develop and completely transform the way that people communicate. Some of the limitations we will discuss here, among which the first one is constantly distracting. In the age of mobile devices, it can be difficult to relax in social situation. A call or an SMS uh, can be received at any time. Society generally expects your phone to be turned on, charged, and close at hand at all times. Many callers or text message senders can feel frustrated or upset if they don't get an immediate response from you, right? And the second limitation is disruptive socially disruptive can happen in multiple ways. For example, someone spends a dinner party texting instead of talking to the other guests, or a family celebration is disrupted by an important call from work. Mobile phones can destroy the atmosphere at events and weaken the social gatherings. This is another. And third one is the workday never finishes. Mobile phones makes it easier for managers to contact employees outside of regular working hours. In the past, an employee was able to rest and enjoy some downtime when not at work. But nowadays, it's not uncommon for them to be contacted when communicating to and from work, as well as the evenings or on weekends, right? And the fourth one is no privacy. One consequence of the prevalence of photo and video technology found on mobile phones is that personal privacy has become harder to maintain. In almost any public situation, there is a possibility of being photographed or filmed. Once that media has been captured, this media can easily be made public through social media. That this is very big issue with the privacy of the people. Another is spam. Receiving unsolicited sales calls or text messages is annoying. Often the callers aren't even real, they are computer generated. Many making scams are becoming more common and sophisticated and often target the most vulnerable members of the society. And another is that if you love if you love and lose your phone, you lose your life. Generally, people have become very attached with the mobile. Of course, it's a device, and become addict. If you lose that addicted phone, you feel like you have lost your life. For sure, it is useful to have all your contact information, photos, videos, and other information on one device. But if you ever break or lose that device, you can find information on one device. But if you ever break or lose that device, you can find what we call it as yourself with real problems. Even if power goes out, it can leave you unable to access important information and cause real problems, right? And another is the screen is too small when compared with other devices which we have come across so far. The screen of a mobile is very small. In theory, mobile phones are great devices for watching videos or live streaming, but in practice, the screen is too small to fully appreciate a movie or sporting event. Even playing games and performing everyday tasks like texting can be difficult and frustrating. Not only it is also concerned with the health issues. We will discuss later. Of course, because of too small screen that will create stress to your eyes. This is one of the health issues we will discuss here. Health issues. When it comes to health issues as a limitation, some studies suggest that the electromagnetic radiation produced by mobile devices causes harm to human health. Okay, the electromagnetic radiations produced by the mobile devices, certainly because of small screen, we keep very near to our eyes, and brain cancer has been cited as a possible effect of longer term regular phone uses because of radiation, and there is a people are prone to get cancer diseases, brain cancers. However, it should be noted that there is no solid agreement of the level of harm that may or may not be caused by mobile devices. Okay, of course, there is no conclusion. The research still is going on. Not yet results were published with reliable evidences. Right, next, and under surveillance. Mobile devices are increasingly used to task people's movements. This may seem fine for catching criminals, but it is another step towards surveillance society where citizens have no privacy and don't even know when or who might be tracking them, and never mind possesses the ability to challenge the threats of their privacy. This is a big issue concerned with this mobile phone devices. And another is crime. There was a time when teenagers and children carried nothing of value, but now most have mobile phones, and quite often expensive models. This makes them vulnerable to street crime and general theft. It's a major problem in cities and urban areas. And we'll move on to another slide that is explaining about the GPS. We are all familiar with the GPS. GPS is nothing but global positioning system. Is a satellite-based navigation system operated and maintained by U.S. Department of Defense. It started operation in 1973 and was originally consisted of 24 orbiting satellites called Navstar navigation system. With time and ranging, it can determine the location of any object on or near the surface of Earth in terms of three location coordinates. We call them as latitude and longitude and altitude, and also display current time. Anyone having a GPS receiver can access GPS service free of cost, and mobile devices with an embedded GPS receiver can be positioned quickly and accurately even in the absence of a mobile network. Sometimes a combination of GPS and mobile network is used in tracking mobile uh, devices in those where a clear line of sight to the satellite is not available. GPS has become important for all military operations and weapon systems. In addition, GPS benefits non-military operations. GPS has become a widely deployed and useful tool for commerce, scientific uses, tracking the surveillance. It helps in providing emergency roadside assistance by allowing an accident victim to transmit his or her position to the nearest response center at the push of a button. Right? GPS is also helping to save lives. Many police, fire, and emergency medical service units are using GPS receivers to determine the location of a police car, a fire truck, or an ambulance nearest to an emergency, enabling the quickest possible response in death or life situations. We can see automobile manufacturers are offering more moving map displays guided by GPS receivers as an option on new vehicles. GPS is everywhere. You can find GPS system in your car, smartphone, and what we call it as smartphone, watch, smartwatch also you can find GPS. GPS helps you to get your destination from point A to from point B. GPS is made up of three different components called segments that work together to provide location information. The three segments of GPS are space satellites. The satellites orbit the Earth and send signals to users about their graphical position and time of day. Ground control. When the control segment consists of earth-based monitoring stations, master control stations, and ground antennas. Control activities include tracking and operating the satellite in space and monitoring transmissions. There are monitoring stations on almost every continent in the world, including North and South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia. Uh, User equipment. GPS receives and transmits, including items like watches, smartphones, etc. And we'll move on to another slide, that is triangulation. You'll see the picture. Okay, what is triangulation? If you see the slide, you will understand. Uh, Triangulation is nothing but the GPS is based on well-known concept called the triangulation technique. A GPS device uses data from satellite to locate a specific point on the earth in a process called trilateration. Trilateration. We can call it as trilateration. With trilateration, a GPS receiver measures the distance to satellites using radio signals. Trilateration is similar to triangulation, which measures angles. If you see the diagram in the slide, you will come to know what is triangulation. Triangulation is the process of determining the location of a point by measuring only angles to it from known points at either end or a fixed baseline. Okay, triangulation today is used for many purposes, including surveying, navigation, meteorology, binocular vision, and gun direction of points. In Telangana, you find a Dharini portal where land surveys through the using this triangulation method only. They are following, right? And if we move on to another slide, that is types of um, mobile clients. Under the heading of types of mobile clients, the triangulation is a, you will see where triangulation is the process of determining the location of a point of by measuring only angles to it from known points at either end. Okay, of a fixed baseline. It is like you see a person who is standing at point 3. Okay, to know the distance from the baseline, he was from point 1 and point 2, that will be measured. As we see the satellite location, the person from 3 satellites located on the air, right? When it comes to okay, right, we will discuss different types of mobile clients. That means mobile client is nothing but I'll brief it. That is thin mobile client, smart mobile client, thick mobile client. Okay, we'll discuss in depth on these mobile clients in another class. With this, I conclude the session, and we'll have another one in the next session. Right? Thank you for watching.